Loud enough for everybody?
Woo!
Yes. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. I believe we all have something in common. We all love this city. So I want to share something with you. Listen to the street. A while ago, my wife and I took a day trip to Montreal, where we met a wise old woman who had on the most amazing pair of boots. We were enjoying a curbside wood-fired pizza on one of those wood patios, you know, in the parking spaces on the street on Saint Denis. And I was telling this woman about how much admiration I have for her city, how cosmopolitan it is, how the city is alive with commerce and arts and culture, and at all hours of day or night. And after sharing some of her own stories about new developments, I told her that I was an architect, and I asked her how she came to know so much about what was going on in her city. And she told me she does a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But then she said something that I can't stop thinking about. She told me to listen to the street. The street talks to you. I walked away thinking about that and wondering why I felt like I had a paradigm shift. Was she talking about the people? Was she talking about the history of the place? Was she talking about development or how new architecture, how it's shining and cuts through the past? Was she talking about the vibrant economy in Montreal? Was she talking about the politics? Whatever she meant, apparently, I was going to find it in the street. So once upon a time, I became an architect. But most recently, I've been turning my mind to pursuing a particular idea, what it means to be a city builder. I currently work as an urban designer for the City of Ottawa's planning department. And my role there is to evaluate development proposals and assist them with their pursuit for design excellence. Now, I wanted to work for the city because I believe that city building was about the bricks and the mortar, the steel and the glass. But after working for the city for only a short time, I came to realize that I had this all backwards. It wasn't the physical world at all. That's not what makes a city. It's the people. That's who make the city. This may seem quite obvious to most of you, but as an architect, it was a revelation. I couldn't believe that architecture somehow wasn't the answer to the question, how to build a city. Architecture is not a field of dreams. If you build it, they will come. People visit places because of beautiful, inspiring architecture. Absolutely. But people build beautiful, inspiring architecture because they care about where they live. People have to first care about a place before building and growing their community. People, in fact, build the city they desire, not the other way around. So, building community is the key to city building. That's what I've come to realize. It's about supporting each other, right here where we live. Each one of you in this sense is a city builder tonight by coming out and supporting this event. Ottawa is now a place where this can happen. Now, I don't have any data to share, but we can all agree that if we support local events, local business, the people who invest and care about the city they serve, who own and build the properties, that they will continue to invest in and around the place they call home. These people and businesses need and deserve our support. Because like you and me, they want this city to become better. So if you see something going on, share it. And if you come across someone who needs something, don't be shy to connect them to someone who wants it or does it. A city is not some idyllic, platonic concept, home to tourists. It's not. The city represents its people. Choose any city around the world. It represents the spirit of everyone who has ever become involved in life there. Try visiting a place like New York, for example. You are only ever a tourist because you don't invest yourself in its people. You travel around, you visit as many of the top 10 must-sees as your feet can tolerate, but you haven't made it your own. That city still belongs to someone else. I actually think that I've spent most of my life being a tourist in cities that I've lived in. Traveling for school, traveling for work. But how does one stop being a tourist in their own city? Or their own country, for that matter? How do you make it your own? Well, this brings me back to the street. The street is where we connect with each other. But for people to be connected, you first have to get involved. Find something you love, something that you're totally passionate about, and do it for free. But to get yourself involved, you need to be aware of what is going on around you and in your city. And to be aware of all the great things that are happening right here in Ottawa. I've learned that you have to be connected. And that, I know, thank you, but wait. I learned this last secret from a most amazing pair of boots that I met in Montreal. Listen to the streets. Thank you.